Hey guys, welcome back to Curly Kev. Today we're in Grimsby. Guess what? Have we got some grim questions today? This or that? Oh, how is the world gonna end? Yes. So I'm gonna ask how you think we're gonna get wiped out. When will the world end? Asteroids? Aliens? Who knows? Let's see what the public are really scared of. Let's see what they really think is gonna be the final thing. Don't know myself. Could be a multiple different options. So let's find out what the others want to say. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe.
What is this?
If you had to say, how long do you think the world's got till humans are extinct? If you had to guess.
I don't believe nuclear war would happen anytime soon, but no idea. Just not something I've ever thought about.
Okay. Well, if the world was to end, hypothetically, do you think it would be naturally or man-made?
Man-made.
Man-made. Swallowed by the sun? Well, if you had to choose one or the other in the ways that we'll go, swallowed by the sun or flung off into space and frozen?
Exploded by the sun is way more probable.
Nukes or famine?
Nukes and radiation.
Nukes and radiation?
Yeah.
Accidentally or on purpose?
For a mix of incompetence that leads to the butterfly effect, which leads to the world ending.
Okay. So do you think the world's more likely to end through aliens or asteroids?
Probably asteroids, but I'm not interested in space, really.
Okay, well, we'll bring it back to Earth then. AI or gene manipulation? Which one's going to wipe out humanity first?
I don't think gene manipulation really does much in its current state. It doesn't seem to be very effective, because if you look at processed foods, let's say artificial foods, they taste awful.
Okay.
They're just made for making food, so I guess AI?
AI, good answer. An ice age or an inferno?
A nuclear inferno is the most probable thing to happen in the world's current state. Or do you mean an inferno in a different sense?
Any type of inferno for whatever reason.
I would say nuclear inferno.
Nuclear inferno. So who's most likely to wipe out humanity, Trump or Putin?
I don't think either of them will, because Trump was the only president in the last, 40 years to not start any new wars?
Wow. That's why we love Trump.
I don't think he's good, because he just seems more like a useful idiot than anything else, because he doesn't actually suggest any meaningful change for the United States. He's still loyal to the oligarchs in BlackRock, in effect, because he doesn't actually suggest anything that would end the revolving door system.
That's a very interesting take. You might have quite a lot of information that you'd like to tell some of our viewers on what you think your way would be.
No. I'm not suggesting an alternative. I'm just making an observation of what is.
Very good, astute observation. And finally then, what way do you think the world could end that I haven't mentioned today?
I've just never thought about it. You mean the world end as in like...
As in humanity, as in humans
okay.
become extinct.
Okay, not the literal planet itself.
Well, could be that we last until the planet itself is fully destroyed. I mean, I suppose that's your question. That's what I want to know what you think.
Maybe evolving out of existence?
Evolve out of existence? Wow.
Anyway.
What, into like another dimension?
No, evolve out of existence as in the species no longer exists. Like, you know how Neanderthals went to exist?
Yeah.
Because there was a lack of Neanderthals. A lot like that, if I had to guess.
So we could morph into something else, evolve to our next state of human.
I wouldn't say
and
morph.
Then humans no longer exist.
I wouldn't say
evolve.
Morph. Yeah,
into.
I wouldn't say morph. Morph implies you're changing in your current state. Dead people don't change states, they just rot.
Good point. You've been fantastic. I'm going to ask you a few more questions.
Okay.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Do you believe in aliens?
Like, do you mean like plant life forms on other planets, or as in like...
Any form of living creature outside of our Earth?
There might be like fungi in space, but not, let's say, like any mammals. From what...
Mammals are Earth-based only.
Yeah. Not like any mammal or not like any animal, just maybe plant life, but that would be the extension of what I could think of existing outside of Earth's hemisphere.
Awesome. And what do you think about a cashless society? Do you think it's going to happen?
A cashless society? The thing is, a lot of people in the ruling elite, let's say, it's very hard to name someone who's been in power in the last 20 years who's not fit the DSM diagnostic as a psychopath or a narcissist. And so as they do very psychopathic and narcissistic things themselves, if they did all these things that made it harder to do corrupt things, then they would effectively be tattling on themselves. So I wouldn't see them realistically doing anything like that, anyone in the ruling elite. Because can you name a president in the last, 25 years who wasn't connected to Epstein? Can you?
Was Obama?
Oh, Obama was connected to Epstein.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at Pizzagate.
No, I can't then.
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate leaks.
Scandal.
Pizzagate leaks. Pizzagate leaks basically showed Obama's connection to human traffickers.
Wow, that is something we've not looked into. So these are the type of comments I need, guys, and I can ask questions about this. Pop it down below and I will ask. So, mate, you've been fantastic. You've genuinely been... Yeah, give the world a message.
I don't think you can put anything meaningful on YouTube without it being taken down, because every website is run by a company and every bit of media has its own agenda because it's owned by people. And most people who can own big bits of media, for example, like Facebook or Instagram, all have their own agendas to fit, so they will just censor anyone they disagree with, as shown by the Twitter files.
Hopefully, that's what's going to come to an end with
what?
The Twitter files being exposed and with the new legislation that they're talking about in politics. And we can get actually an honest opinion from a real person.
The thing is, right, I don't think, let's say, like any legislation would meaningfully work, because keep in mind, these people have extremely skilled lawyers, and it is very hard to prosecute a giant mega corporation, and this is why anti-monopoly laws aren't really effectively enforced regarding big companies, regarding for BlackRock, for example.
ABC, for example,
ABC?
own Microsoft and Apple. It's like they own Samsung and Android, not Samsung, Android and Apple, and they're the competing companies.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Everything is just dominated.
Monopolised.
Yeah.
But it means we've all got access to it at a fairly reasonable price.
Fairly reasonable price. By what measurement? Are you using GDP?
An average person has one, so therefore they must be able to afford it, which kind of means it's a reasonable price, otherwise not many people would have one.
I know.
Like a Lamborghini, for example.
I know. It's a reasonable price, but we don't know if these things could be cheaper depending on how the market could change. If, let's say, these things weren't all inherently monopolized.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've gone for some amazing phones over the last few years that are so cheap in comparison to the market leaders, and they've been fantastic. So, could the market leaders produce the stuff at a cheaper price? Maybe.
The phone I've got here, right? I've had this for about maybe 4 years.
Yeah.
And works just fine, and I think it's just some off-brand thing. I got it given to me by my friend, and I don't know how my friend gets things, so I'm just going to give a no-comment interview there, officer. But
bro, you've been fantastic.